Nod when you're ready. Okay, this is the potter's wheel. This is the table. These are the trays, the wheel head. These are pins. This is a bat. It's like a baseball bat, spelled the same way, it's bounced the same. Now what happens here, you see these two openings here, and there's two openings there. To determine which ones you use, I can touch these, but if I can't touch those are the wrong ones, so it must be the wider one. What I'm going to do here is put my finger here. This right here is the exact same size as this, so I'm going to put this sideways so it's easy for me. Put my index finger right there so I know it's crossing this. I'm going to put my other index finger on this, and when I touch this with my fingernail, I'm going to move it out of the way, and hopefully it goes on real easily. So that's how it should look. If it does this, that's bad. So you lift it up a little bit and you move it into place. Okay. Now on the right-hand side, you can't see from where you are. There is a light on. That's a power switch. There's also a toggle switch. And toggle switch is like a, like a piece of a finger coming out. The switch that goes up, middle, and down. The middle is neutral, so if I press on the pedal here, it just should not do anything. So that's not in neutral, so now I put it in neutral, I press on the pedal, and nothing happens. Now, what I'm going to do here is I don't need all of this clay, so I'm going to divide it in half, make it into a ball. And this is where the therapy for me at least comes in. I think my older brother's nose right here, so I'm pressing it down here harder than just putting it down gently. So I pop it down there, and it makes me feel good every time I start it hot. Now I'm going to put the toggle switch in the down position, because the down position is going to make the wheel head turn counterclockwise. I'm going to grab some water over here, and right now, if I try to form the clay, I'm trying to do a centering. I'm going to have centering, and so if I didn't add water as a lubricant, I wouldn't be able to do much. Now you see my thumb is up, and if I put side pressure on here, the pressure, the clay is going to go up. If I put my thumb down and apply the same pressure, the clay goes down. Add a little water. Now if I pull back into my right or my left hand, it helps me out. I can do it faster and more efficient with less energy. And if I am trying to center the clay and the clay is just moving like this, your hands are moving like that, you're not putting enough energy into this. So if nothing is happening, add more pressure until the clay starts changing in your hand. And when it's nice right now, it's nice and smooth, like you see my hands are not moving, that's when it's called centered. Now I'm going to put my thumb in the center of the clay here and gently press down. I'm pressing down not only with my left hand, but with my right hand too, as controlling my left hand. And I go down, my little finger's down here, and I'm trying to go down to a point where it's real similar to that, and you'll eventually get the feel for this later on. Okay, you always keep it in the center, so if it starts to go off a little bit, you're trying to recenter your clay. You always keep it centered. Now I'm going to put my fingers inside, and I'm going to smooth out the inside of the pot. Nice pull back towards myself. And you see there's a little bit of movement in with this bat, because it has to have a little bit of slop, what's called slop, a little bit of flex, so you can get it on and off the pins easy enough. Okay, now what I'm going to do is called a centering pull. I'm going to push my wrist down, almost touching the bat, and then so my finger's going to be in this position right here, and the clay's going to be inside like this. And I'm actually pinching against a flat surface. That's why I lower my wrist. If I didn't lower my wrist, it would be fingertip to thumb tip, and that becomes a problem, because you can pinch real easily too much, and the whole piece will just come off in your hand. So I lower my wrist to eliminate that problem, and I'm pressing gently. this is a nice starting point. And this next is what I'm going to use my fingers on the inside. These fingers right here, I'm going to be pressing inward or outward, excuse me. And then, so I'm going to be just like this. And you can see where my thumbs are touching, and I'm going to come straight up. And this is called making a pole. Okay? Now, from this spot right here, we have a cylinder. And from here, I can make a coffee cup real easily by pushing out with my inside fingers. Very carefully. And then my outside finger is on the rim up here like this one here. And I'm going to press over the top of it just a little bit, just to bend that out a little bit. Clean that off. And you have a coffee cup. Okay, go ahead and turn that on.